Today's adventure brings us to the original Nashville. Supposedly this town is older than Nashville, Tennessee. It goes back to 1780. Of course, we're not hoping to find anything that old, but this is a 1917 map, and we have permission to search behind this place. This guy told me it was an automotive dealer going back 120 years, but it says carriage repository in 1917. I guess that's the beginning of an automotive kind of a business. And here it is. It's supposedly a Ford dealership. Probably started in the 20s sometime. The guy said there's all kinds of automotive cans of oil and a bunch of milk bottle caps and all kinds of odds and ends buried under the floor. So let's go have a look. Okay, here's the entryway. Plenty of garbage from the last 100 years.
Spooky.
It's gonna be hard to film in there. It's pretty dark. Okay, before I get started, let's just have a quick look around. Looks like the hubcap, it's not the typical one that says Ford, it's a Chevrolet. It's pretty messed up, but it might be worth something if I can straighten it out. It's been picked over on the surface already, but supposedly there's about 16 inches of dirt on top of old debris, but I better get a dust mask on if I'm gonna have to dig through that. Well, it's sort of like the guy said. There is about at least a foot of soft soil with all kinds of debris mixed in, and there's a coke cap in pretty good shape. So he said something about milk bottle caps all over the place. I haven't seen a single one yet.
We found one spot he was messing around in yesterday. He showed me a couple in his hand.
Yeah, I guess somebody dropped them through the floor in some other section. Maybe way up there. We'll see later.
It was in that middle somewhere.
Okay, I think I'm going to explore a bit. This soil might be very contaminated. Probably is full of asbestos because that's what brake pads are made out of. I'm sure a lot of this dust is that. So it's probably a bad idea to be down here. So it looks like the guy that showed me the spot is scratched around here a bit. And here is a bottle that is probably more than 100 years old, but of course it's broken. But it's about 1915, so that's a great sign. Good potential then. I might just have to show you the stuff that I got cleaned up after I get it home. It's going to be hard to film in here because there's very little light. So I guess I'll just wait till I get home and show you all the loot. Another Coke bottle cap. Okay, I'm finding all kinds of soda bottle caps now. And is that the first milk bottle cap? Yeah, it looks like a generic one. No dairy name on it. But there's a lot of bottle caps showing up. Mostly Coca-Cola. Anything else I'm not able to read as of yet. And there's a tobacco tin. Whoa, look at that. It's a Pepsi cap. Probably right at the 100-year-old mark. Gotta love that. Okay, probably can't really see it in the dark, but I have a sack with about 250 bottle caps in there. So I think I'll take a break about now. Okay, there's a better look at them. Of course they're filthy, and about 85% of them are Coca-Cola. Plenty of hard work today. As you can see, my pants are filthy. Shirt's filthy. But all together, think I have more than 1,000 bottle caps. That's just half of them right there. Alright, I've got about 1/3 of them cleaned up now. So I'm going to show you the most interesting specimens of the day. So as I said before, most of them are Coca-Colas. Pretty boring. But there's 3 or 4 variations of the Coca-Colas. And as expected, all of these are going in the trash because they're just too rough. So let's have a look at some of these. The Worley's Root Beer. That's from Selma, North Carolina, the town I'm from or currently live in. And then we have this variety of a Coca-Cola. It says Rocky Mountain. And we have a Good Grape, probably from Scotland Neck, North Carolina. And a Dr. Pepper. Unfortunately, there's no city name on it. I think I have about 5 of these, at least so far. A Bracer. That's only one of those I've seen so far. And a Grape-Ola. That's a pretty old one. Another nice condition Rocky Mount Coca-Cola. And of course the knee-high with the lady's leg on it. And some kind of a generic orange soda. It's a pretty rough shape, but it's the only one I've seen so far. A Hop Ale from St. Louis. And of course the 7-Up. I've never found any of those until yesterday. So that's a nice one. I probably have 9 or 10 of these. But this might be the best example. And of course a generic grape soda. And a Big Frosty. Find plenty of those in eastern North Carolina, but not very many caps. And some kind of a unique pale dry ginger ale. An Arrow Special. Is that a soda or a beer? And one of the other varieties of the Coca-Cola from Rocky Mount with a gold hue to it. And another knee-high with a lady leg. It's too bad the condition's pretty rough on that. And another grape of a generic variety. So I'm just showing you about 1/3 of what I have found total, so we got a lot more to go. Let's get into some of these milk bottle caps. Yet another one without the city name. And there's one of the generic varieties. Okay, there's a nice generic buttermilk. And I was a bit surprised to see a Chevy Chase Dairy from Washington, D.C. That's in the Maryland area. Wow. Maybe 500 miles away. Here's another one with the dairy name, but it's no city. And another generic one. And another generic one, but this one with a cow on it. And of course I got a number of this variety. Okay, this one's definitely crazy. I recognize that little boy image on there, but I thought to myself, no, it can't be from California. But it is. How did that get 3,000 miles? And another generic. And of course chocolate milk. Okay, and we have one of course from the city of Nashville, North Carolina. As you would expect, I actually found about a dozen of these. But I think this is the one in best condition. And we got another traveler here from Cincinnati. And I got a bunch of odd boxes made of cardboard. I thought that might be worth a few dollars. And of course I got a bunch more stuff that still needs to be cleaned up. And this one. And of course I found a number of cigarette packs out there. That's in pretty good shape considering it's been there for 75 years. Yeah, got the stuff soaking in hot water with some soap and of course a bit of ammonia. Now we'll look at some of the other items made of paper. It's a match carrier box, I guess you'd say. Well, we got this metal can that's been flattened out. Kindle the 2000 mile oil. And another one in much better condition, and this one has some great graphics on this side. Gotta love that one. In a local drugstore from Nashville, North Carolina. And some more matches in a bigger size. And another Dutch brand friction tape. And a wheel bearing box. I don't know if that's got any value or not. Well, that's about half of the stuff so far, so I've got a lot more washing to do. Alright, I got some more washed up, and this is probably my favorite one. A Pepsi cap from about 1926. And another one, not quite as good of a condition. Pilot Pale Dry. Yeah, that's a first. And a big frosty imitation orange drink. And a lemon cola from the Coca-Cola Bottling Company with the Fleming's name. I've seen a few embossed bottles with that name, but they are really old, like 1920. And a Pale Dry Big Frosty. And I just realized there's another variety of a 7-Up cap. The other one says something about lithiated. This one just says lemon soda. And we got a Mavis. Or Mavis. And a number of these. I just found one that says the Fleming name on it though. And I found 5 Wilson, North Carolina Coke caps. And a new Icy. And another variety of a knee-high. It looks very old. It's a shame the condition's so rough. And of course we got a Ford battery cap. And another battery cap from Willard. That was a big battery company back in the 30s. Okay, there's a nice big Frosty in almost mint condition. One of the best condition caps of the whole exploration. And there's a Fleming's. Several variations of those. And here's the ginger ale with the Fleming's name on it. And a Dr. Herring's. And a Mitchie. It's the only one of those I've seen. And we have a nice Orange Crush. And a New Grape. And another big frosty grape. And a generic orange soda. And we have this little thing. I'm almost finished with them. I've got about 75 more caps to wash. Very seldom do I see anything unique coming out anymore. but I just found this one in the lot. It's almost mint condition, but of course, as you know, a lot of them get fresh scratches on them when you just toss them in a bucket. But that's a nice Richmond one. Okay, here's yet another variety. Sheffield, is that Alabama or England? Or is that just the dairy guy's name? Don't know, but why does it say Wednesday on it? And another generic type. Another generic one. Wow, that one's all the way from Niagara Falls. That's pretty interesting. Okay, I've got most of them all organized. The last few hundred caps I washed, nothing new has turned up. It's just a bunch of the same thing. And a nice looking matchbook. And for those of you who want to get really technical, there's 3 variations of the Rocky Mount Coke caps. I think this is the most common variety with an off-white background. Then you got this one with sort of a gold tone. Then another one with a gold tone but colored with caramel with arched printing. Okay, to conclude the video, I finished washing all the caps finally. Found a few new discoveries. This one says Henderson, North Carolina on the top. Only one of those I found. And a Henderson Coca-Cola cap. Found 2 of them actually. This is the other one. It's not as good a condition, of course. And last but certainly not least, the only one from Goldsboro. When I first saw the Barnes and Herald name, I thought, oh, it's another one from Wilson, but nope, that same name is used for 2 cities. So that's pretty surprising. Out of 1,000 Coke caps, only one of them is from Goldsboro. Well, that's pretty much it. That was a really interesting experience to find over 1,000 bottle caps in 4.5 hours of searching. I'm going to try and get permission to go back there again and see if I can get the last couple hundred. I'm selling this set right here for $325.
Yeah, I like odd stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, just like I told him about that little beanie.
Stuff you know you just can't find anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, like the old beanie. I think these are probably what are these, 1920s or 30s? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
And
Scott can tell you, I don't know.
that's what I say. I find one of them every once in a while, so.
So a customer came in and started looking at these bottle caps, and he started picking through them. Asked me what I would take, and I said $100. Then he said, let me see your collection you said you wanted to keep. I was like, oh no, I don't want to sell any of those. But he talked me into selling maybe 5 or 6 of them. I had 3 different Fleming caps over here, all unknown to exist. Then he got my best tar barrel cap, and he got a really nice Rocky Mount cap. So he gave me $325. I thought that was pretty good. And if I get the chance to go back again under that floor, there's a good chance I'll be able to replace at least some of them. So anyway, here's the case I bought just for my newly started bottle cap collection. So I think I have enough other caps from 20 years ago that I could fill in the rest of these spaces. So in conclusion, it was odd to me that this is the Pepsi state. It's eastern North Carolina here, where Pepsi was invented. I only found 3 of these Pepsi caps and approximately 1,000 Coke caps. pretty weird. But that's it for today's video.